Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. I'm here there for a little Raw pre-show, some of that fucking pre-show action there on the WJ backup channel. I did my preview. This is a pre-show. It's different, Jer.
Pre-show.
Need some material for the backup channel. They're getting desperate here, Jer.
Need some of that wrestling in the veins. Get in the veins.
Raw tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Big Dr. Phil's in the house.
Dr. Phil, I got General Jerry here, Wrestling Brainy, and my man Terrence Stageman.
What up? Woo!
So, Jared, before we jump into Raw real quick there, not sure if you guys have heard about this, but what's this TNA warehouse situation real quick? We gotta talk about this shit, Jared.
Okay, so apparently what the reports are saying, again, it's only reports, but the reports are saying that TNA has to relocate to a warehouse, okay? That's the report. They have to relocate to a warehouse. So now, the only reason why you would do that is because they're trying to save money. Well, first of all, if they're paying for they've already got the TNAshop.com warehouse, right, which is where they're supposed to be moving to. They already have that, so they're paying rent for that or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But they're paying additional money for their additional headquarters. So in order to save money, they're basically moving to a warehouse. So you're gonna have Dixie Carter sleeping on the t-shirts there, and you're gonna have EC3's gonna have his own VIP mattress there. I don't know, but basically, yeah. All the reports are saying that TNA is moving to a warehouse. I don't know. This ain't great, WJ. It's not great for Dixie Carter's Blue Waffle at all.
There might be some big rats in the warehouse and stuff like this, because, you know, warehouses, you get at least, like, field mice and shit like that, so.
It's gonna run up Dixie Carter's knickers, and she's gonna go, what's going on here, you know? It's not what I signed for, you know? I don't know, dude. It sounds fucking horrible, like.
But doesn't this add to, like, the image that the company's, like, in serious trouble if you're losing your headquarters and supposedly moving into a warehouse?
Yeah, they're pretty much fucked, and I can't wait for it to go downhill. I can't wait. I've already got a video. I'm gonna get something set up in the Titanic, WJ, because it was built where I live. I'm gonna record a video outside the Titanic saying the TNA ship's going down. It's going down, and who gives a fuck? Because TNA's garbage anyway. Nobody gives a fuck about that product anymore.
You think they're gonna try to, like, keep it going and just remain as an indie company kind of thing, or?
I don't know. I think nobody gives a fuck anymore about TNA because people care more about Lucha Underground and fucking NXT and shit. Like, Lucha Underground legitimately has fucking a good show and shit, so, you know, so people are more invested in that than TNA, and it's, because TNA, like, their main target audience, like, originally they were trying to compete with WWE, but we all know they tapped out of that shit. And then all of a sudden, now TNA's trying to go for that, you know, that niche kind of fan base that they don't like WWE, but they'll just watch they want, like, kind of like the wrestling product or whatever. Basically, people can watch NXT and watch that, and now you got Lucha Underground, which is entertaining. You also got Ring of Honor, you got New Japan Pro Wrestling. There's too much competition now with that kind of group now. And TNA's going down the shitter. I don't know what's gonna. I mean, they're moving to a warehouse. You know, even the most diehard TNA fans have to laugh at this. They're moving to a fucking warehouse. Okay, a warehouse.
Next step, they're gonna have a locker, and people on Storage Wars are gonna bid on it. They're gonna win the locker.
It's like, we gotta go for $1, $2. We got $3. You just see Dixie Carter just crying in the background. Fuck's sake.
Dixie is gonna be crying in the locker. She's gonna be in there already in the sleeping bag if they keep going the way they're going.
It's dude, it's really fucking sad right now about TNA.
Terrence, go ahead, Jer.
I think TNA's fucked, mate. They're fucked. They're moving to a warehouse. I don't know if people. I mean, here's the thing. We don't know if it's true or not, right? But reports are saying that it's true, right?
Yeah.
And it wouldn't surprise me if they have to move to a warehouse, right? You know, I don't know, dude. I mean, I don't know. You're just gonna fuck. It's just they're just fucked. They're just completely fucked. Their ratings apparently last week were very low. They were lower than compared to last week, and you're gonna see a downhill cycle from here. They're getting very desperate. Didn't they sign a new deal or something like that?
Recently, they announced that they had a partnership with Fight Network, but they're already partnered with them. Apparently, they're just expanding on that or something.
I don't know. I think they need to concern more about getting that warehouse sorted out than doing that. I don't know. I think Dixie, to be honest, I think she's like said, "Oh, we've signed a deal. We're like nobody cares, Dixie. All we want is good fucking product. We want a good product. We don't want any boring storylines. Actually getting an actual storyline together and shit like that. We don't care if you do a tour in India or whatever. I don't give a shit, Dixie. We just want to see TNA be like what it was before." But unfortunately, you know, it's TNA's done. There ain't a damn thing they're gonna do about it. Unfortunately, the only is signed with an online streaming network. But unfortunately now, apparently, I believe Lucha Underground are looking at contract with Netflix. That's what's been reported. Apparently, they're looking with Netflix. So, TNA could do if they spoke to Netflix and try and get signed or something. They wouldn't worry about ratings and shit. But I don't know. It's
even with Lucha Underground though, they're just about to lose their biggest star in Prince Puma to WWE pretty soon.
Yeah, but
that's gonna hurt them a bit themselves.
Yeah, but like, who's in more dire straits, TNA or Lucha Underground? Do you think?
Yeah, but WWE's gonna poach more talent from Lucha Underground slowly but surely, and they'll be in the same predicament.
What do you think of this possible warehouse move, Brainy, for TNA?
I'm not surprised by it. I mean, it's no secret that TNA continues to lose money more and more as the months go by. You know, it's hard to see people go to work, but there really isn't anything more to do than to just give up on it. And it sucks to say that because there are a few talented guys on there. So it's gonna be sad to see where those guys are gonna go once they're done. I mean, I don't think WWE's really interested, or if they are, they're just gonna buy it for pennies. That's probably what's gonna happen. But I don't know. It's sad to see. I was a TNA fan for many years, and to see it collapse the way it has is very saddening.
Stage man, what do you think of this warehouse stuff? And then we'll get to Raw there.
I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't care less.
Moving on, fuck, it's time to talk about Raw tonight there. The big wrestling. First off, for some reason, I have a bad feeling about the show, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I have a feeling that it's not going to be that good. It's for some reason, that's what I'm feeling there deep down. It's
But hey, Shane McMahon is running it again. So.
Yeah, Shane is running it again tonight, and I'm thinking for some reason that Triple H pretty soon is going to beat up Shane, take him out of hosting Raw. Would that make sense? Possibly setting up a match down the line, because I think that's something the fans would like, you know. Triple H, the brother-in-law against Shane, the prodigal son, like they call him, you know. Going one-on-one for the company or just a grudge match of some kind there. I can picture Triple H attacking Shane to get rid of him kind of deal there. I'm not sure if he's going to be there forever.
Well, rumors I hear, I wouldn't be surprised if Shane would lose that match, but then go on to announce that he's going to be taking over SmackDown, and that brand split that people keep talking about goes into effect.
Yeah, the brand split. Jerry, what's your thoughts on Shane, and then we'll get to talking about the brand split after there.
I think, I think it could work, but at the same time, it doesn't matter how much you polish a turd. Still a fucking turd, you know what I mean? Just because Shane McMahon's running the show doesn't mean he's really running the show, if that makes sense.
Nah, he's not. It's just, it's fake there.
Yeah,
it's Triple H in charge with McMahon. It's not Shane for real there, but...
It's just a fucking illusion, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, here, WJ Will's looking to join.
Yeah, I just sent him the link there.
Alright.
Terrence, what's your thoughts on Shane running Raw tonight there?
I think it's a good. I think it's okay, but going back to what I've been saying, man, friggin' this whole WrestleMania thing with Shane and Taker is absolutely pointless. If Shane is just gonna keep running Raw, then what was the whole point of the match? You know, it just makes WrestleMania so less significant than it already is. You know, it's just like, what was the whole point of this whole entire thing if you're just gonna let Shane run Raw? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I guess Vince just really stunned by Shane's performance that he decided to give him a week and then two for some reason.
Guess what's gonna happen now? We're gonna get Shane's gonna run next week, and then the week after, and then the week after, and then friggin' they're gonna just make Shane be permanently running Raw for a bit, and then they're gonna have a Shane versus Authority feud. And you know what that means? More Authority shit. And you know what that means? That fans are not gonna watch the product, and they're gonna be losing ratings. So fuck the Authority, man. So fuck that. But we just gotta wait and see.
Will, what's your thoughts on Shane running the show tonight?
I'm moving Will's World Entertainment into the warehouse. It's a good thing. It's a good thing that he's running Raw. If he's actually running Raw and it's not just the storyline gimmick.
Well, it's definitely the storyline. Definitely. It's not like Shane just suddenly got handed the reins backstage.
Well, then I could care less.
Give me your thoughts on this warehouse thing there, Will.
Well, it's like you said, man, you called it you called it a while ago. You said they're going to end up running their business out of a fucking garage at some point, so it looks like that's the direction they're moving in, man, like rapidly.
They're going to end up in the dirty locker at the gym or something. This is my enterprise.
Step into my office. It's a fucking random room in the back of a Pizza Hut or something. Yeah, that company sucks balls. I hate them! I hate them!
You brought up the brand split there, Brainy. Any thoughts on this? Or?
Well, it seems like the roster's starting to get a little more stacked with all these guys coming into NXT, and we have so many guys already built up that it just makes sense to do the brand split again. I mean, we're starting to get people that fans can get behind and that could be in some good storylines, so that seems like the only logical thing to do now.
My problem with the brand split is SmackDown. It's seen its best days, you know what I mean? And
yeah,
there's not a lot of there's lots of up and comers, but not that much depth in the main event. This could force them to create main eventers there.
I think they need to do is create more main event talent before they start splitting the roster. If they do a brand split now, it's going to be the worst idea in the world. You know what they should do? They should actually do the brand split for a good few months after they start building some guys up right, so you can at least have like a good maybe 6 or 7 top guys that you can split off to the brands, split off the brands and shit like that. You know, because right now, who do we actually have on the current roster who isn't a part-timer, and his name isn't John Cena or Randy Orton? That's actually a top guy. Roman Reigns. That's it. You know, that's pretty. It's pretty disappointing. You know, we need some guys to be built up first. You know, like Rollins, Ambrose, Wyatt, Owens, Cesaro, shit like this. You know, you need to build some more stars before you start doing a brand split, man. I'm all for the idea, but just don't do it now, or else it's just gonna be like, oh, we split up the roster, that's great, and oh wait, we don't have a lot of people on the roster, just a bunch of mid-card jobbers, man. So fuck that, you know.
Yeah, I never said that they should do it right away, but USA Network really wants to make SmackDown relevant in their schedule. And, you know, there's already some praise in SmackDown with the new announcer, and that's starting to get some recognition. So, like you said, let's split up these guys during the summer, and maybe hopefully by next year we can have guys be exclusive to SmackDown again, and we can take it from there.
You know they should do, man, if they want to really make the brand split seem interesting, man, have the World Heavyweight title come back to Raw, and have the WWE title go on SmackDown. And actually have the Bullet Club run Raw as the top heel, while Roman Reigns as the top heel on SmackDown with Ambrose as the face and shit like that. Like, that will actually be something. Like, build SmackDown and have the main title be on SmackDown while you have the World Heavyweight title be on Raw, where Shane runs in and shit like that with the Bullet Club and all the other crap. Now, that's going to be something interesting, though. But that's just me fantasy booking there, you know what I'm saying?
Enough with the booking, bro.
Well, fuck you, man.
That's what Terrence does best.
Will, what's your thoughts on this brand split there?
Split them like a horse splits her legs for a customer.
Can it get any worse? Would it make a difference entertainment-wise?
No, it wouldn't. It's a brand split isn't going to do anything at this point. What they need to do is reunite the Shield and have them go head-on against the Bullet Club tonight. No build-up, no nothing. You fucking bring Seth Rollins out on a fucking wheelchair if you have to. Levitate him, have David Blaine come out and levitate him over the top rope and just plop him in there. And have Ambrose hop over the barricade. And then you have Doc Gallows come out with, what's the other guy's name there?
Carl Anderson.
Carl Anderson. And you bring that fucker in there. You got a 3-on-3 fight, and you just let them all fight, and the fucking crowd will love it.
It would be cool, though, but the thing is...
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, if that's a cool idea in theory, but wouldn't that would have to make AJ Styles go heel, and Roman Reigns still has a face?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. You could bring the Bullet Club in, and they're going to get cheered right off the bat because of their popularity in Japan and on the Indies. So they're gonna get cheered right off the bat. Trust me. If anything would happen, you would have to turn. You know, Roman Reigns might as well be a heel at this point. You got your perfect excuse to turn Ambrose heel. Turn the whole fucking Shield heel in one night. Have the Bullet Club come in. They'll be your faces, and fucking that'll be it.
What I want to see tonight is the frickin' Bullet Club come out and beat up Reigns, you know, with AJ. Just beat the frickin' crap out of him.
I don't see this happening for a throwaway Raw. I'd see that happening at like Payback or at another pay-per-view. It wouldn't waste it on a Raw.
You know, why not they do something? Why not they do something creative and actually have, if the Bullet Club is going to be coming to WWE, instead of having him being paired up with AJ Styles, you know, why not a very unique way and actually have with Roman? If everybody wants Roman to turn heel and the Bullet Club coming into WWE, why don't you have Roman be a part of the Bullet Club? Now hold on for a minute. Hold on for a minute. Hold on for a minute.
Hold on. Cut it off right there.
Oh, well, fuck you.
No.
Have a Dr. Phil on a whole match.
For that,
Jerry,
do
I
this.
want your thoughts on the brand split. Bullet Club, and then we'll go from there. Go ahead, Jerry. Rock and roll, fuck.
What you do is you have the Bullet Club come in, you have the Shield come in, you have Seth Rollins in a wheelchair, you stick Dr. Phil on a pole, and you have them fight over Dr. Phil tonight. No, but joking aside though.
So proves.
Joking aside though, right? Joking aside, I think the Bullet Club, I think that they should definitely interfere in this Roman Reigns match, and you could very well easily have the Shield come back. Where basically, like, you know, you could very easily turn Seth Rollins face. You could have, obviously, Dean and Roman's a face. So all you gotta do is have the Bullet Club interfere with Roman Reigns in some shape or form, and then you have the Shield come in, and you can have Bullet Club versus Shield. Boom. It's very easy booking, but we all know WWE ain't gonna do that because, you know, Vinnie Mac, he's got that shit locked down. He doesn't want that, probably. I don't know why, but yeah, that's definitely something that they could do for the next pay-per-view. In terms of the brand split, I actually think it's a good idea, and the reason being that the only way, which is the obvious thing, this is the obvious question no one's pointed out, right? You could easily have a brand split, right? But the question is, though, is that the championship is the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. If you're going to do a brand split, then you need a championship on SmackDown. Now, the only way that would work is that, again, you dispose of the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, and then you put the Heavyweight Championship back on SmackDown, and then the WWE Championship on Raw. That might not work, because people might get pissed off at that, but honestly, for me, I actually preferred it when there was a main event, like a main story for Raw, and there was a main story on SmackDown, because if the main story on Raw was garbage, at least you had something to look forward to on SmackDown, or if you didn't give a fuck about what happened on SmackDown, you could get invested in the championship on Raw. I think I'm actually one of those people that think it's good. Also, like, hopefully, like, if they did that, they would get rid of the Slammies and put the draft in and replace the Slammies with the draft. Which is always good. I actually really love the draft. I don't know why they got rid of it, but anywho, I think the brand split, I think, should work. Because you got, obviously, these guys are returning, Cena, Seth Rollins, then you got these guys from NXT coming in. And and also if you have it on SmackDown, it means that some of these guys that are in mid-card hell, like Kevin Owens and fucking Ziggler and Sami Zayn and all these guys that aren't really doing anything, then they would have a purpose on SmackDown to actually do something. So it does make sense, because if you shove them all in Raw, you're not going to have people on television. So and also you could have Ambrose winning a championship on SmackDown, and then that means it would get him over. But at the same time, if WWE are looking to get Roman over on Raw, they could do it that way. There's a million things they could do, but we all know WWE, they're going to do the wrong way. They're not going to do that. I don't know. Could they do a brand split? It's looking like a possibility, but I wouldn't hold my breath just yet. But that's what I think they should do.
Now, you mentioned Dr. Phil earlier. A lot of people were bashing Dr. Phil. Obviously, we don't want the guest host bullshit anymore. This was very bad. We had a couple of okay guest hosts, but overall it was crap, and it was very unfunny. But Dr. Phil, he might be, like, he's very popular, you know what I'm saying, so it might be good. I don't know. But
dude, if they do a thing with Ambrose, I'm going to lose my shit.
They might do something a bit funny, you know what I'm saying, like a Dr. Shelby kind of situation, but because it's Dr. Phil, it might come out funny, but it might also suck fucking dick there. Go ahead, Jared, tell him.
I honestly, I think that, like, here's the thing, right, with the Dr. Phil thing, I honestly believe that Ambrose is going to be involved in this. this Dr. Phil segment, because he's a lunatic. Dr. Phil's like one of those psychiatrist people. They're gonna do it. It's gonna be a big epic fail. I don't know. Fuck Dr. Phil, that ball-headed cunt. I don't even know. I don't even give a shit who he is. Who gives a fuck about Dr. Phil? You know what they need? They need. They need Jeremy Cal on there. That's who they need. Jeremy Cal on there.
We got NF Punk who just came in the building there. NF Punk, what's your thoughts on Dr. Phil there?
Yeah, I don't really see why the hell he's on another wrestling show, but I guess I don't think he'll be there for Ambrose. I think he'll be there for R-Truth and Goldust. You know the way for some reason you haven't been getting along and all this shit, so I think they're going to try and like push that as like a new like Booker T and Goldust gimmick and throw Dr. Phil in there to make like a big corny ass segment that nobody wants to watch. So that's what I think they'll use Dr. Phil for, man.
Yeah, basically, man, they're gonna be like, oh, now look at here. Let me tell you this, R-Truth. Where is this little Jimmy? I don't know where little Jimmy is. Can anyone tell me where little Jimmy is? You have the
kind of sucks though, man. You got Shane McMahon is officially running Raw, and we're getting back with all these like celebrity guest people, because every time we have a celebrity on, the show tends to suck.
Didn't I also hear that his son's band was gonna be in it too?
Wait, is this a wrestler, Randy?
Yes, it's him in person. Fuck. What were you saying, Brainy?
I think I heard that they're also going to have Dr. Phil's son in there and his band. They're going to perform it.
I didn't hear it. Are they any good? Or
I don't know. I've never heard them.
are you looking forward to Dr. Phil tonight? Or
Of course not. The whole guest hosting back when the PGR first started was one of the main reasons I had to take a hiatus from watching Raw, because I really couldn't stand the flavor of the month hosting Raw. So, yeah, this is not going to be really good to watch. I mean, but I missed last week, so I'm going to have to watch it this week now.
well, the birthday boy was his birthday last night there. Dr. Phil, fuck. Raw tonight, take it home.
Alright, this is what you do with Dr. Phil. You have him come out and cut a 20-minute promo. Literally 20 minutes. On the 20-minute mark, Baron Corbin's music hits. He comes to the ring and kills him for real.
Oh.
That's it. He hits him with the end of days and then strangles him to death with his spiked jacket thing that he wears.
Holy shit, man.
That's it. That's how you get ratings.
I'm guessing you don't watch Dr. Phil, will you?
I think Dr. Phil is the biggest con artist in the history of the United States of America. Hands down.
Now,
Hands
Will.
fucking
Now,
down.
Will.
I just wanted to come on here and tell you that
Now,
what you
Will.
said to your mom is wrong, and you need to apologize to her. I do not have a doctorate in everything, or anything for that matter, but you will listen to me because I am right and you are wrong. Do you understand? So apologize to your mom.
Okay.
Ridiculous.
No.
He has no doctorate.
Will.
He is no doctor. He's not a doctor. There should be no doctor in front of his fucking name. I hope Baron Corbin really comes out and kills him. Die, you fuck!
Now, Will, let me take you back on your psychological path as a child. You know, did you have any disturbances when you were younger? You know,
I hate 'em.
Okay. You hate them, okay.
I hate 'em.
Tell me about yourself.
I'm talking about Dr. Phil. I hate Dr. Phil.
I know.
Moving
I know
on,
you.
Terrence. Moving on.
Move on, oh, boy!
Stop milking it, man.
Dr. Oz is more legitimate.
Moving on there, Terrence.
All right.
The AJ Styles and Roman Reigns feud. Me personally, I'm interested in this feud there. I think it's going to have a good chemistry. The little indie guy against the big roid head or whatever. the chosen one against the chosen one from the people or whatever, some kind of Daniel Bryan kind of feel to it, you know. The guy who can't wrestle against the guy that can't or whatever. I think promo-wise, it's not going to be that good, so I'm hoping for the Bullet Club to interfere in it. Stage Man, what's your thoughts there on this feud or whatever?
Let me get my pillow.
It has potential. That's all I have to say. It has some potential in actually being great. But, again, we just gotta wait and see how it goes. For all I know, this can be a complete shitfest, but this has potential in actually being good, so, yeah.
Brainy, let her rip. Fuck, what's your thoughts on this?
Well, first of all, I didn't really get the logic of AJ Styles winning the night after he lost at WrestleMania, but it is what it is now, so we have to see how it goes. Like you said, the promos are probably not going to be too good. I mean, AJ Styles is just okay at best on the mic. Roman Reigns just sucks big time on the mic. So, yeah, promos are not going to be too great. But as I said earlier, I don't see the Bullet Club coming in until the actual match happens. But keeping my hopes up to see if we have some good segments. But, yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the promos are going to be god-awful. I think AJ Styles is going to go, "Oh, man, how's it going?" And then Roman's going to be, "Oh, man, I know all about you, and I know you travel the world. I know all about you, and I respect you, man. Here comes the Bullet Club." That's basically what's going to happen, I think. I think that's what's going to sum it up. I think the promos are going to suck. They're going to, they're gonna give compliments to each other, whatever, and then you're gonna I think this is a perfect setup for the Bullet Club. It does look like they might pull the trigger on that, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, in terms of the feud, I think some of the matches would be interesting. Be interesting to see how Roman would go with AJ in the ring or whatever. I don't think they'll jump each other this week. They might try and lure to it, or they might have AJ Styles against Chris Jericho again tonight and do something, or God forbid a fucking tag match. I hope they don't, but they might do a tag match in the main event where it's Dean Ambrose and fucking Roman Reigns and AJ Styles against fucking Chris Jericho, Kevin Owens, and somebody. There's a chance they could do that tonight. I just, honestly, for these kind of heavyweight championship deals, don't do tag matches. Don't do a tag match on Raw. Just let them go at it or whatever. I don't know. But either way, it's going to, I don't know. The promos are going to suck, though. I will say that.
Will.
Opening segment, Roman Reigns' music hits. He goes in the ring. He does the hair flip. AJ Styles' music hits. He gets in the ring. He does the hair flip. They give each other a hug. AJ gently straddles him. The Bullet Club does not debut tonight because they will not be debuting on the main roster. They will be in NXT with Finn Balor, not AJ Styles.
You think?
That is my prediction. AJ Styles and Roman Reigns will have a makeout session.
They're gonna fuck, basically. Is what
They're gonna have hump sex.
They're going to bum each other, are they?
With their clothes on, they gonna dry hump for about 10 minutes. And the women gonna love it. Woo, boy! They gonna love that shit. And they're gonna completely lose the male demographic.
And Michael Cole will have a big smile on his face while it's happening.
Then WWE will have to work out of the same warehouse as TNA.
And
The
if
end.
And if Punk is there, give us your thoughts on this AJ Roman Reigns thing, plus TNA moving into a warehouse. I didn't get your thoughts on that, I think.
I'll just shoot off the bat with the TNA fucking thing. You know, it actually shows you where TNA is really going, man. If they have to move their like headquarters or whatever they have into a warehouse, you know, that's pretty much telling you they're in the fucking shitter, man. But back to good fucking topics here. AJ Styles and Roman Reigns feud, I'm actually really into it, man. Like, even with that Fatal 4-Way match, I wanted only 2 people to win the main event, and that was Kevin Owens or AJ, but it was mainly AJ Styles I wanted to win. You know, he talked about, like, you know, the promos might be shit between them, but did any of you see, like, that segment that in SmackDown? It was pretty decent, it was short, and it was to the point.
Yeah, I seen it.
If they can keep doing something like that and, like, you know, actually have them, like, beat the crap out of each other to build it up to payback, that would be fucking awesome. I gotta agree with Will, though, on this one. This whole Bullet Club shit, okay? I don't get it. Finn Balor has been the only guy, and he's an NXT that has been teasing the Bullet Club, and obviously the Bullet Club are coming for Finn Balor, right? Like, to align with him. And then, like people are starting to say, like, if you remember, even though it's not a continuous storyline, but the Bullet Club kicked AJ Styles out, you know what I mean? So it kind of looked ridiculous if he just was like, hey guys, you pretty much super kicked it. But I don't think they're not going to be involved, man. They already have the Balor Club t-shirt into Bulletproof worldwide, so... You know, the Bullet, or whatever they call it, the Bullet Club will not be on Raw tonight. If they are, I'd be surprised and I'd find it ridiculous.
So, go ahead, Will.
No, Punk pretty much, I was, you know, fucking around and shit earlier, but no, Punk just pretty much said what I was thinking. He put it into words. They're not going to debut for someone who they've already just beat. They just beat the crap out of them like 3 months ago. The fans haven't forgotten that, so it wouldn't make sense for them to bring them in with AJ Styles. It makes more sense to bring them in with Finn Balor, who just openly admitted in a promo that he just barely stopped Samoa Joe, which basically he's like, I didn't beat him, I just stopped him for a little while, which basically means he doesn't have what it takes to beat Samoa Joe again. So what is he gonna do? Bullet Club comes in and saves the day for him, but keeps the belt on a little bit longer. Also has some type of a heel turn for Finn Balor, which would rejuvenate his character a little bit since he's been the champ down there for a while now. It's starting to get a little bit stale. This would be a nice way to spicing it up.
The people, Nody Q and a few others were reporting that Doc Gallows and the other guy, they're actually backstage on Raw tonight.
Yeah.
So,
that doesn't mean anything. But that doesn't mean anything.
They've been backstage for like 2 weeks. Yeah, Mania 2, yeah.
I could be backstage at Raw. Doesn't mean I'm going to be wrestling AJ Styles that night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because like Walk Culture and shit, and I'm kind of getting a little bit sick of it. Like Walk Culture keep posting saying Finn Balor debuting on Raw, and then it's like, right, okay, and they're like evidence points out and shit like that. But it's kind of hard to report on this shit when there's fucking people like putting out, you know, kind of ridiculous stuff. And the worst thing is people are talking about it all the time, and they're like saying, oh, you know, it's true. Why don't you make a video on it? And then you make a video on it and it doesn't fucking happen. You're like, oh, for fuck's sake, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, like, yeah, but like people have been giving Walk Culture a lot of shit recently. I seen the Smartbusters made a video on them as well for all that shit, but I think it was like in like some article they did or some shit like that. So I don't know, but.
So, not much else on Raw that they're promoting tonight. The women or whatever, Natalya and Charlotte. Was there anything else they were promoting?
Probably like the Wyatt family and the League of Nations.
Wyatts and the League of Nations. I just want the League of Nations to be done. I'm sick of this crap there. I think Del Rio should be by himself and stuff like this, you know. Rusev too.
Yeah, they should have Rusev for Lana again. 'Cause it was a pretty good combination there. I don't know why they haven't done it, you know?
Mm.
Because Lana ran her mouth on social media and TMZ scooped it up.
Will, what's
Lana,
your... Go ahead.
Lana can do no wrong in my eyes.
What's your thoughts on the League of Nations there?
Oh, for Christ's sake, the League of Nations. Where do I begin? Oh, they should call them the Burial Club. Every single one of them has been buried. Their careers are over collectively. Like the only one that will probably be any type of champion again in the future is going to be Sheamus, of course. But oh man, they really killed Rusev with this shit. I hope the fuck Del Rio. Like I really hope they do something with him. I really do. He's too fucking talented. You could tell he doesn't even want to be a part of that group. Have you guys noticed that? Like when they do their little cheer thing where they all raise their hands at the same time, he wants absolutely no part of that ridiculous shit, and I don't blame him.
So, fuck all else really to look forward to about Raw. I have a bad feeling about tonight for some reason there.
And honestly, why would you have two big, well, I guess we're calling it network events in the same month? We have Payback on the 1st of May, and then we have Extreme Rules later on in the month. It's like, what the hell?
Too many, you think?
Well, not usually, but it's really questionable why they would be pulling this off for the month of May.
So a couple of little topics there. Cesaro's back in action. Will, I know you're a fan of Cesaro. Will Cesaro ever get the damn chance at the title in a year or 2 or 3 or something? Is he doomed to fail because of his bad mic skills or lack of? Or
do we even know if he has mic skills? They never get them the fucking mic so we can find out. I've heard him speak, and the man is, he seems pretty intelligent. So, I mean, give him the fucking microphone and let's see what he can do. He's definitely fucking over with the crowd enough where he pretty much doesn't even have to talk. At this point. He just comes out and displays, his incredible strength to the world. Like, his strength, I think, is like on par with fucking Lesnar, which is scary for a guy his size. He's nowhere near the size of Lesnar, but he's like just as fucking strong as the guy. It's incredible. And they gave him I guess that's going to be his new entrance thing. He comes out looking like Jason Statham from The Transporter and fucking rips off his suit and just, kills people. It's good. It's good stuff. I see him, to answer the question, yes, I do see him having a shot at the main event and the world title soon. Very soon. Sooner than later, actually. Within 2 years.
Jared, what's your thoughts on Cesaro there? We want the big analysis, top to bottom, Cesaro.
I think Cesaro's good. Like Will was saying, you don't need him to cut promos. Also, I think, like what Vince said on that Stone Cold podcast, you all remember when he was saying, but I thought that was very unprofessional. What he said about fucking Cesaro, I felt that was very unprofessional because essentially Vince was trying to fucking bury him on the Stone Cold podcast and shit, and I was like, what the fuck are you doing, Vinnie Mac? Like, that's your employee, if somebody fucking if an employee did that to Vince and said, oh, Vince, he's good, but he's not that good, you know what I mean? Like, fucking they'd be fired within a week, for God's sake, or a big 90-day suspension. I thought it was very unprofessional what Vince McMahon said about Cesaro, and, I think, I don't know if Triple H likes Cesaro. I think he might do. You know what I mean? I think Triple H does like Cesaro, and that's why he's been kept around. Because if Vince McMahon said, "I don't know if the kid's got it or not," then he would have been future endeavored long ago. But who knows? Maybe Triple H likes Cesaro and can see it. I can't see Cesaro being involved in like the mid-card championships, or maybe like slightly above that higher region. You
Like
could
a guy
have
that loses main events type deal.
yeah, like he might be in the position that Dean Ambrose once, like they pushed Dean to like the top star or whatever. Like at some point, then Cesaro will probably take the place of Dean. And that kind of, you know, he does really well but loses in the main event or in some shape or form. So Cesaro, like, I mean, I think he's great. But again, it's like it's just management just have nothing for him. And that's why I think a brand split is what's best, because that means a guy like Cesaro can actually win a championship on SmackDown.
Become the secondary world champ on the SmackDown, yeah. Like for that reason, the secondary world title was a good thing, you know.
Yeah. And I was actually one of those guys. I'm not too sure if I was the only one, but I was I think like when back when they brought the titles together, I said this is going to end horribly. And like people were saying why, and I was like, because fucking what's the mid carders gonna do? They're pretty much fucked. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
And F Punk, do you think Cesaro can ever become a world champion?
You know what, man? He has all the tools to be. I can see where people are, like where Vince McMahon's point was about the whole, not the charisma issue, but like promo-wise over him being from a different country and whatnot. Everybody likes him. I think they like him for more of his sheer wrestling power and stuff. You know what I mean? He does have the potential. Like in my opinion, him and Samoa Joe are like the two valid guys that could actually have a legit fight with Brock Lesnar. So I hope it happens one year, man. Because I actually like him.
Against Cesaro, yeah, that would be a competitive match. Like Will was saying, the strength there.
Yeah.
Would you like a match like that, Will? Or
Cesaro versus Lesnar?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Stage
Absolutely.
Man. What do you think of this match there, Cesaro against Lesnar?
That match, I would actually pay money to see. That is a friggin' dream match of mine. But in terms of Cesaro, going back to the whole question of will Cesaro ever get a push for the world title, the answer is yes. I am confident that he will become WWE World Heavyweight Champion. But that's just me.
Brainy, what's your thoughts on it?
On Lesnar and Cesaro?
Or both there.
Well, in regards to Cesaro as a future main eventer, main eventer usually spends a lot of time with cutting promos. And to answer what Will said earlier, I think people still haven't gone over the whole 4 ropes promo that he cut back in the summertime. So that is definitely playing a factor in their resistance and pushing him toward the main event. But aside from that one, I didn't really see too many bad promos from him after that. And, of course, the crowd loves him, and his wrestling speaks for himself. So, yeah, I'd be very happy to see him in the main event. In terms of Cesaro versus Lesnar, I think that Cesaro would definitely shine in that match. Hopefully, Brock Lesnar would do more than just suplex and F5s, though. But that's just me. But that would get me excited. If Lesnar can do more than just those 2 moves.
Another guy that I'd like to talk about there, Nakamura, for fuck's sakes.
Nakamura!
That's
Jackson from Thriller, people.
That's fucking talent personified right there. The guy just, he's Japanese. He has a bit of problems talking on the mic, but like Cesaro, this is a guy that does his talking in the ring, and people are going to say, oh, Roman Reigns then talks in the ring. No, big difference. This guy is actually good in the ring. Extremely good. And I think this guy just oozes charisma big time, and Hopefully he's going to be on the main roster soon. Will, what's your thoughts on Nakamura?
Nakamura is a breath of fresh air. He brings zen into my life. I can turn on the television knowing that he's going to perform and know that it's going to be a good match every single time. Regardless of who the opponent is, definitely kind of being wasted. I don't know. I don't even like saying that because he's going to have 5-star matches with a lot of guys on the NXT rosters, but he definitely deserves to be on the main roster, and a feud between any type of program that they put him in with AJ Styles is going to be money. So it's a win-win. It's a win-win for the company having that guy on board. There's going to be so many matches they could have. Him versus Kenta, who is Hideo Itami, versus a rematch with Lesnar, a rematch with AJ Styles. He can, have a match with Finn Balor. I don't know if they've ever wrestled in New Japan when Finn Balor was in Japan. The possibilities are fucking endless with that guy, and clearly you've seen the type of match you put on with Sami Zayn. So, like I said, man, you could throw him in there with a broomstick and it'd be a 5-star match. Awesome.
Brainy, awesome. You know a thing or two about the indies there. Tell us about Nakamura, and then Stage Man, give us your thoughts, and I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Well, Nakamura. Now, this is a guy that everybody had on their radar when he decided to leave New Japan, and my God, just watching that first match at NXT TakeOver and the way he entered, the people just ate it up. I mean, and the match was probably the best of the night. Well, I shouldn't say probably; it was the best. But there's endless possibilities as to who he can feud with. I would love to see him against Lesnar again on the WWE. If you guys haven't seen Lesnar and Nakamura from New Japan, I believe it was 2006. Go check that out because that was a fantastic match. But yeah, it's gonna be really nice to see what's gonna happen there. I'd be really happy to see Baylor take him on at some point before Baylor leaves NXT. But yeah, I'm very happy to see him there, and hopefully they don't treat him like all the other Japanese wrestlers that they had in the past.
Yeah. Nakamura, I think he's going to become world heavyweight champion. There's something special about the guy, man. Obviously, his in-ring ability speaks for himself, but just the charisma, he tends to present himself, man. And, even if he improves on his mic skills, man, trust me, he's going to be something, in my opinion. I think he's going to be a future main event guy, or at least one of the more popular guys in years to come on the main roster. That's just me.
That's only give him a chance to do that.
I agree with Terrence 100%. There is something special about that guy. He doesn't even need to speak the English language, but he can, he's just going to be one of those guys that the crowd, just like Brainy was saying, they eat him up. Like, he doesn't have to speak. His his movements and everything speaks to the crowd. You know what I'm saying? His performance.
With me, Nakamura, man. I've been watching him for a while. One of my all-time favorite matches with Nakamura was actually when he was, I don't know if you've seen this, Will, but when he was facing Kota Ibushi. That was
Wrestle Kingdom 9?
So I'm not too sure, but then if you go into Wrestle Kingdom 10, his match with AJ Styles, man, I know they only ever competed against each other only one time, and that was in January, and that was a fucking awesome match where Nakamura went over. But the match with Zayn, the way they have him built, man, is the dude doesn't need to do any promos, as you guys were saying. Nakamura's oozing with charisma. He just has, like, there's a special feel to him when he's wrestling, and you know, his whole entrance gimmick, like, he's something really different and special, where if he's like Finn Balor's demon character, where that character only comes out like every pay-per-view or mega main event, like Nakamura's, every time he comes out, he is like a main event, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And he definitely is only one of the few guys that can put on a wrestling match and make every shot and hit look legit. You know what I'm saying?
It looks
like
very real.
Yeah, like, you know that kick he hit, that like big fucking boot he hit Sami Zayn at NXT? Holy shit, man. Like, that was like kicking a fucking football up the fucking, like, 40 yards or whatever. It actually looked like he actually nailed him. And that's the thing about Nakamura, man. That's his, like, real special skill, is what every kick, every punch he hits you with, it looks so goddamn real, you know? So, like, I'm right behind the guy. I just wish, like, I do like his personality and stuff. I just wish he was like, looking like he's having a seizure. Like, if he could tone that down a bit. Other than that, man, he's fucking awesome, man.
Hopefully WWE doesn't water down his wrestling too much. There, Jerry, are you there?
Yeah.
What's your did you talk about Nakamura yet?
No, what was Nakamura, I seen this match with Sami Zayn and I was very impressed by him. I hate to say this, but I don't think he'll be a world heavyweight champion anytime like soon. I think it'll be in fucking 5, 6, 7, 8 years time or whatever. I hate to say that, but unfortunately we all know WWE, they're not too kind to like the kind of like Asian type wrestlers, because usually when they're, I think they'll treat them with respect. They'll treat them a lot more respect than the others, you know, that came into WWE. But I don't think they'll stick a world title on him. I think that they'll just fucking have, you know, the top stars that they have, and maybe add like a Finn Balor or something to that. I think that I hate to say that, but you know, and I'm speaking in terms of WWE personally. I'd have him up there 100% because he's a great talent. But WWE, unfortunately, they'll put him in the mid card at the most, or at very maximum have him win a Money in the Bank championship. But again, we'll have to see how the roster is, you know, because he's going to be on NXT, I think, for a while, you know, to make sure that the NXT brand keeps going, you know, so that Finn Balor can then transfer from NXT to the main roster on Raw. So it'll be interesting to see, but like, you know, unfortunately WWE, they have a track record of him, like, of Asian wrestlers. Basically, they either put them in the lower card or the mid card, unfortunately. And unfortunately, that's the sad reality of it. So
it's time for McMahon to change there and get out of his old ways of thinking that, you know, giving them stereotype gimmicks, only pushing guys with muscles and no black world champs and shit. It's time to get with the times there. It ain't raining men filled with steroids or whatever. You know what I mean?
You know what, though? We've learned from Daniel Bryan that the crowd cannot be denied, and if the crowd gets behind Nakamura like they are in NXT, then they will have no choice but to put the fucking belt on him. Especially if he's selling major merchandise, which I think just by his charisma alone, that'll happen. They'll come out with some clever marketing scheme where they sell merch through that, you know. The crowd cannot be denied at the end of the day, so.
I clicked on my Facebook, and what do I see in my feed? TNA headquarters moving to a warehouse soon. There, the big picture of space. Robbie Battle, what's your thoughts, real quick, there on? Take your time.
I think they need to just go ahead and either shut her down or. I mean, this is embarrassing. I don't know. Like, if I was a TNA fan, I would be, like, pretty upset, you know? But, yeah, it might be time for them to close their doors, man. Definitely. I mean, what are they going to do, operate in a video store soon? I mean...
They're gonna buy a Blockbuster and they're gonna sell, they're gonna sell some TNA DVDs in Blockbuster.
They're gonna start operating in TNA fanboys' basements. I
You
mean,
know what I think will happen, though, and all kidding aside, I think in like a few months or years' time, TNA will just be coming E-Fed, and you'll be. I'm telling you, man, you'll see Matt Hardy's already cutting promos on YouTube, so you know, you're starting to do something. Man.
I heard on the dirt sheets that AWA's looking to do another merger there with TNA apparently.
Are they gonna try to compete with AWA in the future, you think? We're the competition!
Oh, man.
I want to ask this, like, you know, I know there isn't that many New Japan Pro Wrestling fans here, but I just want, like, if you were, like, to watch a TNA show or a New Japan show, which you think is better? Because I know for me, my alternative to WWE is New Japan Pro Wrestling. But I'd like to know what, like, where do you stand with that? Which do you find is a better product?
I personally
hands down.
don't get to see Japan a lot, but every show that I see from Japan usually contains good wrestling, like incredible wrestling. And I was watching Japanese matches on YouTube, you know, YouTubing different names that I'd come across and stuff. And I was like, fuck, the wrestling is so goddamn advanced, man. Look at these suplexes on the head. Look at these submissions. And I look at the year. This was in the 80s, for fuck's sakes. WWE were doing bear hugs till 1990. These guys were doing all sorts of killer moves in the 80s, for fuck's sake. So, like I mentioned in the NXT show that we did, it's like they're more advanced, you know what I'm saying, for wrestling. Anybody else want to talk about Japan?
New Japan is. I put it this way: you were talking about like finding matches on YouTube and stuff. Well, I searched TNA matches for whatever fucking reason. I wanted to see, all right, is there any legitimacy to these fucking morons' argument at all? First match I see, so I see Crazy Steve, and I know everybody's talking about him on the internet, so I want to watch this guy wrestle. And another guy, he wrestles another guy that a lot of people like to talk about, who is Rockstar Spud. For whatever, this guy looks like a fucking moron. For first fucking thing I see is fucking 5'2" idiot fucking walking to the ring like an ass, like he's like one of those nutcracker dolls that he like march into the ring like he's some type of British soldier or some shit. Fucking idiot. Looks like a
leftover semen.
Yeah, he looks like a fucking dipshit. Complete and total dipshit. They get in the ring and they don't even wrestle. They put on some fucking stupid comedy act for fucking 5 minutes. Threw the shit right off. Kenny Omega has more charisma in himself than everyone on the TNA roster. So yes, New Japan is better. The wrestling's always been better in Japan. It always will be better in Japan. So that's a given.
Kenny Omega is a very good wrestler, super good there.
Well, the one thing,
stage man.
well, the reason why, if you know, with NF Punk's question, he said whether or not which I would rather prefer watching, I would actually go with New Japan. It's not just because of the wrestling and all that kind of stuff. It feels different. And with TNA, they're basically blatantly ripping off WWE. With New Japan, you can clearly see they have their own particular styles. Their matches are have a different feel to it, and that's basically the meaning of how alternatives are. And I've watched the first New Japan show I've watched was what was it? Wrestle Kingdom 9, I believe it was, with when it was, I think it was the 6th or 7th, Hiroshi Tanahashi and Okada for the. That one was a sick match, and friggin' Nakamura against Ibushi for the IC title. That to me, when I first seen those matches, I was like, man, this is something completely different from WWE. When I see TNA, it's just WWE, but an indie version less kind of degree. You know what I'm saying? So, you
I
know,
do want
from
to
the
say this real quick though, like you know, we're talking about like TNA, like you know the way like you have the TNA fans saying, oh, they're copying TNA, even though we could use the same argument. If you really want to look at it, TNA were basically fucking copying New Japan with the Bullet Club and calling the Aces and Eights, you know what I'm saying? Like that was a really similar type of gimmick gear that they were really copying, but obviously the Bullet Club are really the modern day NWO, you know, they made it their own type of gimmick, and you know, it can't be really replicated.
Actually, the Aces and Eights were a rip-off of the Sons of Anarchy, and I know General Jerry knows this wholeheartedly.
What's your thoughts, yeah?
Right, what I'm about to say is a bit weird, right? So brace yourselves.
Don't fucking be that guy, Jerry.
I actually don't like, cause I'm doing WWE all the time. I don't have enough time to watch Lucha Underground or Ring of Honor or TNA, right?
Same here. There.
I actually watch hardcore matches on YouTube. There's actually a few federations on YouTube that actually do death matches and hardcore matches and shit.
CZW.
Like, I actually find them really entertaining because they're beating the shit out of each other with fucking lampshades and shit like that. Like, I actually really like that type of shit.
You better not be talking about backyard wrestling, man.
Yeah, I actually no, because like I'll be honest with you, like I'm gonna get a lot of shit for this, but I don't know, it's just my taste in shit. I don't know, it's just I like watching hardcore matches, but I prefer people beating the shit out of each other with lampposts and fucking spades and shit than the flips and kicks in the ring. Not saying that Ring of Honor and New Japan Pro Wrestling's awful or anything. I'm not saying that. They are good, right? But, like, honestly, in my personal opinion, I prefer, like, you know, like, if I'm not watching WWE, I'd rather watch them, you know, beat the shit out of each other with lampposts and fucking, you know, going crazy and shit, like the hardcore death matches and shit. That's personally what I prefer to see, but anyway, you know.
So we got Kyle Brachetto in the house there.
Yo.
One of the most evil men on YouTube, biggest fucking shit disturber known to man. So Kyle, before we move on to the next topic there, TNA Wrestling's headquarters are apparently moving to a warehouse there. Like WWE headquarters, you know, they have a huge building. TNA, it's being reported that they're moving out of their headquarters and moving into a warehouse as the headquarters. Your thoughts, Kyle?
My thoughts, it's sad that they're moving to a fucking warehouse of all places. I mean, but then again, if you know me, I don't give a shit because I don't watch TNA. I don't care what kind of financial problems they're in. I will never support them in any way. I will never even try and watch them ever again, not after the shit that I saw the last time.
So rumors are that you've been living in the warehouse. Is this real or? Not real, I'm assuming.
No. Let me think about that for a sec because like when I moved, I kind of like I'm still living with the family, you know, my brother and I, you know, we're still living with the family. So they bought this nice ass house while this other building next to them is supposed to be like a fucking office. So you could technically call it a warehouse. I don't know. We're both living in it, my brother and I.
Why the fuck did I even ask? Why?
Hey, houses are very different.
Why do
you
I
wanted
set
answers,
myself
you're gonna
up?
get them. You
I
wanted
set
answers,
myself up to fail all the time. Fuck. What's wrong with me, for fuck's sake?
You know better, WJ. He's got an answer for everything. He's so phony. He lies all the time.
That wasn't a lie, Will. I don't know if I could call this like.
It's nice that you're actually in here and not trolling the comment section.
What do you mean I troll? What was I saying that was trolling?
I don't know. Which sock account were you?
I was not any sock account. I don't use the Tony account anymore. I thought about using a Hugo Ferrero one, but then I was like, nah, that's gay.
Where do you come up with these names?
Gay.
I thought Tony was a real person, Cal. You lied to me.
He is, but he's not going to come on here and talk to you guys. I'm going to have to do that for him.
Fucking Kyle walks in here and fucking starts a bunch of drama. Fuck, what?
I think it's time to kick him out.
But question I wanted to ask, does WWE have a future, not only with Finn Balor, Nakamura, and all of these guys, Sami Zayn, fucking the list goes on, Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, lots of potential for great matches. The ratings are going down, but at some point I think they're always going to have their core audience, you know. I don't see it going lower than 1 million. I could be wrong there, but they're apparently this year was one of their biggest money-making years. Biggest crowd ever at Mania. I think they have a future still there. Will, what's your thoughts on this?
The independent wrestling fans are starting to dominate not just the internet, but they're dominating the actual live crowds too. Like, more people go there just to complain about the in-ring product, and I think Triple H has taken notice of this, and that's why he's signing all these guys from New Japan. He's signing all these guys from Ring of Honor, taking the best talent that's available from that shit company TNA when they are available to be taken. You notice he just doesn't pick up anyone. I'd be pretty pissed off if they picked up Eric Young because I think he sucks, and I think Triple H knows this. So I don't count on seeing Eric Young in NXT anytime soon. But you mentioned, like, the in-ring wrestling is going to be better the next generation coming, the next 5 to 10 years. The WWE's in-ring product is going to have no choice but to get better because of the talent that they're going to have to bring up. Orton, Cena, all these guys, they're going to be pushing 50 at this point. You know, not at this point, but at that point. And with Reigns and Ambrose and Rollins, you know, what are they like? They're in their 30s, so they'll be in their 40s at that point, and it's the in-ring product is going to get better, and I think that will boost the ratings. So that basically, to answer your question, yes, there is a future, and it's in NXT. Yeah.
Robbie Battle, you've been watching wrestling for a long time, just like me. You've seen the Hogans, you've seen the Shawn Michaels, the Attitude. You've seen wrestling at its worst, possibly. Well, now it's a bit better these days, but does WWE have a future with all these new stars and stuff?
I think WWE has a bright future. At least 30 or 40 years I can see. You know, these guys are relatively young, a lot of them. So I think, if anything, WWE's going to be really good. It's going to probably blow all the other federations out of the water, man.
It's like Will was saying, they're scraping the talent. These guys might develop like in 4 or 5 years, and guys like Baron Corbin that we don't expect, you know, a guy like that can end up being good once he develops, you know.
He's going to be the champ. I guarantee it. He's going to be their world champ probably before any of the other names we mentioned. There's something about that guy where they're going to push him hardcore. They already are, but is he on the main roster full time? Has that been confirmed?
I believe he is. Yeah.
Oh, then yeah, he's going to be the champ in no time. That you can mark my words. That guy's going to be the world champion.
Kyle Brachetto, does WWE have a future?
Let me think about that. If they like the talent, some of the talent they have like down in NXT and currently up on the roster, they're pretty decent. They could have a future, but the point is, it's how they're used correctly. You know what I'm saying? It's basically like that. Like, if they learn how to use these guys properly, then they could be something. It doesn't matter. Like, it kind of doesn't matter, you know, about the size really. It just like depends on your character. Like, Steve Austin, for example, he wasn't the biggest guy there. Like, yeah, he was, he was like the height and the size of, the wrestler that Vince McMahon wants to be at the top, but he didn't have jacked muscles like The Rock did, but it was his character that got people to watch him.
Stage man, fuck. What's your thoughts on this? There, WWE, do they have a bright future?
Yeah, I guess so. It just depends on, they have a lot of talents coming up, and all of the guys that they sign are really good. It just depends on the direction, and if the direction is solid or even better for the future, then yeah. It just all depends on the direction they're going with these guys, and that's basically it,
NF Punk.
Yeah, I do. I think they do have a bright future, man. Like, they have all the talent now. Like, Bobby Roode is in NXT now, apparently. They have all the right guys to, make the company go forward. But I think, with WWE, I think it's the whole effort of, you'd have corny segments and, childish things. I think if you went back to TV 14, that would help a lot. And if Vince McMahon actually listened to the fans, that would be a bonus too. But they definitely have a future regardless, man.
General Jerry, fuck. We want your vision of the future, Jerry. Speak to the Oracle, fuck. Give us your analysis there. Let it rip on these motherfuckers, Jeff. Take us home, Jeff.
Oh, shit.
My answer is no. And I'll tell you why, and this is sad to say this, right? All of us here know all the indies because obviously what we do on YouTube is we cover these guys, we know everything about them, we do videos on these guys, we look in depth, right? I'll give an example. I spoke to a few friends that I know, and they are casual WWE fans. Majority of the money that goes to WWE at WrestleMania and all these big events are casual wrestling fans. I hate to say this, but they are the majority of world wrestling entertainment to pay money. I said a few names like Nakamura, I said Finn Balor, I said all those names that you guys mentioned, and they said the following: who fucking cares, right? Now, it is sad to see that. I'm not saying that I agree with them or anything like that, but the problem is that it's all well and good these guys flipping and doing that there or whatever, but the problem is that are these people going to relate to the casual audience? That's the big issue that we have, because it's all well and good for all us that do like the indie wrestling and shit like that. It's all well and good saying that, but unfortunately, the casual fans do rule the roost, and that's why a guy like Roman Reigns is in the position that he's in, because some of the casual fans actually like him. Some of the casual fans do like Dean Ambrose and shit like that. So the question is, with these guys on NXT that they're bringing up, it's transferring them over. It's all well and good them doing the stuff on NXT and shit like that. It depends on the transfer over from NXT to Raw. And are they going to reach out to the children, right? Which I know I hate to say that, but that's the problem. They have to be, because they could look at this guy and these kids, they might say, well, I don't like him, I want to see Cena, and then Cena's retired. So then some of these people, they might move on to something else. That's the problem. Now, I don't believe that, but like I said, with these casual fans, they could, unfortunately, have, they might not relate to, like a Rock or a Stone Cold or a Hogan or Bret Hart or a Shawn Michaels. They might not relate to some of these indie guys than they would these guys in the past. And that's the main concern I have. So, yeah.
When the fuck did you turn into Vince Russo?
No, I'm not saying that, right? Listen, I don't agree with that at all, right? I don't agree with that, right? But it was just because I was speaking to a few friends, and I was like, basically talking like I do with you guys. I was like saying, oh, you should see Nakamura, and they went, who the fuck is Nakamura? And I went, oh, he's a great wrestler. And they went, who fucking cares? When's The Rock and Stone Cold showing up? That's the mentality of it, unfortunately, and that's what I'm worried about, is that
if those same fans, if you show them a video and they watch them one time, they'll love it. And as far as the kids go, Nakamura is that type of character that's going to be over with the kids. just because of the goofy things that he does. He does things like you would see an anime character do. That's pretty much what his character is based on, anime/video game characters. And the haircut and the look alone, he'll be over with the kids like Rey Mysterio was over with the kids. That's my opinion. That's all.
No, it's good. It's these kind of.
I hate you, Jerry. I hate you.
No, I mean, I don't mean like it's a good point about Nakamura. He could get over with the children, like something different they could like. The problem is some of these like adult fans that don't like these indie people, and they like they don't like that type of stuff, and also the people that don't watch it. I'm talking what I mean is that the people that only watch SummerSlam, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, those people, like they're the big fucking money makers. That's why WrestleMania this year, it made a lot of money because all these casual fans put in a lot of money in it. So that's kind of the point I'm making. Personally, for me, it's great. I'm looking forward to WWE. I think it's got a bright future for me and all us. But I'm a bit worried again about these casual fans that don't watch wrestling like every week like we do. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm worried about.
So another little question for fun there, Jared. Does TNA have a future? Going in the warehouse, Jared. Tell them how you feel there.
TNA is fucked, and I can't wait till they go under, and I'll fucking stand in front of a camera, because 5 fucking years ago, I said this was happening. Everyone fucking doubted me when I said that TNA was going out of business. Everyone said I was full of shit. When I said that when I said Bobby Roode will go to WWE, nobody believed me. And guess what? He's there. Nobody believed me when I said AJ Styles was going to WWE. Guess what? He was there. Nobody believed me when I said Austin Aries was going to WWE. Guess what? He was there. Okay? I said 5 fucking years ago, TNA from this point on is going downhill, and they will go out of business. And nobody fucking believed. Everyone's like, this guy's full of fucking shit. And guess what? I was right, motherfuckers. I was right. There's a reason why I have to. I don't want to come up with man here, but yes, anyway. But let me tell you something. TNA is going down the shitter. I think in the next 5 years, again, we could see an even more decline, because let's be honest with you, they changed 2 networks in a year. 2 fucking networks in a year. They went from Destination America to fucking Pop TV. Come on, they're in a fucking warehouse. What more proof do you people want? For Christ's sake.
Will, any thoughts on this?
Jerry said it all. Jerry, I just wanna make it clear. I believed you.
Thank you.
I believed you, and I hope the warehouse catches fire tonight.
No.
and I'll tell you what, man. I wouldn't piss on it if it was on fire. I wouldn't piss on it. Let it burn. Let it go. All the signs were there. Vince Russo went there, strip-minded. Bischoff went there, strip-minded. Hogan went there, strip-minded. Hall, Nash, X-Pac, they all went there, strip-minded. Mind-fucked Vince. What's her name? Dixie Carter. The writing was on the wall. They blew all their money on talent that they knew wasn't going to stay there for any lengthy period of time. The only one that's still there pretty much is Jeff Hardy. Fucking Rob Van Dam went there for 5 minutes, bounced. Everybody else is gone. The writing was on the wall during the time period Jerry was saying all that shit was going to happen. Everything that killed WCW was let into their organization. That was the start of the end, and we are seeing the end result now. I give it less than a year before that company is gone, and not even a memory. I don't want to remember it. I want it to be dead forever. Forever. Dead.
The big question is, though, right, and this is something that I've actually think would happen. WWE, right, they have a lot of wrestlers there that were from TNA right now, right? Unfortunately, they can't show the footage. Now, one of the key things, right, was it was one of the guys, I forget his name, but he said to Vince McMahon, he says, why the hell would you buy WCW? The people that are in WCW, you can't buy out their contracts while you ban them. And Vince McMahon, as much as I give him shit, he is a smart man. He said the following. He said, I want to bat for the archive. Because he was planning that WWE Network even then, okay? He was planning this WWE Network thing. The only way Vinnie Mac would buy TNA is for that archive. That is the only way he would actually buy TNA. That is literally the only reason why WWE could buy them, because I think some of the wrestlers there that you know, I don't think they should do an invasion angle, because like most of the key TNA players are in fucking, they're in WWE already, so I don't think they could do that. But one of the key things that what was I gonna say is that Vince said back then, he says, I would buy WCW for the archive. That is the only way he would buy TNA, is for that archive and bail them out.
Kyle, what's your thoughts on TNA's future?
I don't think they have one. End of story.
Robbie Battle.
Well, I can't see them lasting over 2 years, personally.
Now, real quick, before we move on to the next topic there, John Cena, is he returning tonight? Personally, I kind of want to see him come back there. I think we need some main event players, and it'll give us something to talk about, god dang it. Will, what's your thoughts when Cena's coming back, or if you want him to come back, whatever?
There's nothing more that I want than to see another John Cena versus Randy Orton feud. In all honesty, they do. They need him. They need him back. They need the Superman back in action. They definitely do. It's fucking, yeah.
Go ahead, Will.
No, that's it. Fuck, they fucking need him. They really do. It's the Roman Empire is already crumbling. They fucking need him back big time, man.
We'll get to the pretty boy soon. There, I want to save that guy for last. There, Robbie, what's your thoughts on Cena coming back?
Yeah, I think he's needed. Hopefully they'll do some more matches with him working with some of the younger guys like they were doing there. You know, I don't know what they'll put them doing. But, yeah, I mean, they definitely do need Cena. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's true. They do need him.
Kyle.
All right, so when Cena first got injured, I was like, okay, I'm glad for this. I mean, I'm not glad that he got injured, but I'm glad he's taking time off. That way I can see new stars shine, because, you know, from I want to say 2009, like right when the PG era started is when I was like truly hating on the guy. So when he left, I was like, good, this is something, you know. Roman Reigns was getting a push. Okay, I didn't mind that. But after seeing how much of a flop Reigns has become, I am begging for Cena to come back. If they won't push anybody else, put Cena back in Reigns' spot until you can find somebody better, because Reigns is not cutting it out for me. I'm sorry for anybody that still, you know, backs this man or like whatever. Cena's far out better. You know, better wrestler, better promo cutter. It's just the facts are right there. It is what it is.
They picked the wrong one when they picked Roman Reigns. They should have threw the fucking belt on Ambrose. If you guys remember the crowd reaction when he pulled the fucking belt down from I think it was a fucking ladder match, that crowd exploded. The exact opposite happened for Roman Reigns. They picked the wrong guy. That's not shocking.
Jerry, what's your thoughts on Big John there?
I know this is going to sound biased, but no, I refuse to support John Cena. I know I'm one of those guys that hates it's a good. Yeah,
you're allowed to, Jerry. I'll probably be hating on him in 2 weeks. Let her rip, Jerry.
What's going to happen is Big John's going to come down the ring, he's going to cut a corny promo, and we're going to go back to the circle again. I hate John Cena. Everyone's going to say, oh, wow, I wish he was gone again. Honestly, I do not like Cena. I do not like his promos. I do not like him at all, and I refuse to welcome him back to the WWE. I don't know, kick him and fire him. That's what I say. Fire that fucker. I don't like him. I never will like him. I've always hated him. He is the reason why WWE went down the tubes back when he fucking main evented. That's why a lot of the core audience left, because people weren't invested in him. They're doing the same thing with Roman Reigns. I do not like Cena. I hate him, and we all know. And the worst thing about this is that, and a lot of people seem to forget about this. If you look at the NXT guys, all the NXT guys that transferred from there to Raw the moment after WrestleMania, they were all buried by Big John Cena on the Open Challenge United States Championship. And that's what I'm worried about, is that, Big John, who's got a big ego, we all know he's got them big ears, he's got a big ego. As soon as them NXT people come in, he's gonna go, man, this is John Cena, I'm gonna bury your ass, you ain't getting over, boy. Come here, I'm gonna pin you. That's the way Cena is. He's got that mentality, and I don't like him, and I'm gonna celebrate and light off a party popper when he fucking retires. I don't give a shit. I refuse to bow down to Cena and say I can't wait till he comes back. Fuck him. Fuck John Cena.
I'm looking forward to seeing Cena against these young guys. There, the reaction online, and might make for some good matches and like intriguing matches that you want the young guy to win or whatever.
Yeah, it would be good, like, but we all know Cena, like, he did it with Neville, he did it with fucking Sami Zayn, he did it with a lot of other guys when they transferred over from NXT to Raw. Big John kicked out of two. Sami
Zayn is he's a ginger, Jeremy.
I know, but you know, we live in a multicultural society, WJ.
And what's his name there? Neville. He's too small. Looks like a gremlin. You can't have Cena losing to a garden gnome or whatever there. But
it's like, because, like, see, like, Neville, to me, when I watched him live on a Belfast show, he was really over, like, everyone was cheering for him. As soon as he debuted, 1, 2, 3, it was wover, and he went to mid-card, then he got injured, which is unfortunate.
I can see Sami Zayn beating Cena in the future, though, and guys like AJ Styles and Nakamura might defeat Cena. Will, what's your thoughts on the Cena against Nakamura match?
That would be money. That would be money. Nakamura would, without even speaking English, he would like do like a DX crotch chop, and the whole crowd would go insane. This is fucking. I just wanted to mention real quick, since you're talking about the NXT guys, there was only one that survived the Cena Brigade, and that was Kevin Owens, who defeated him on his debut for the U.S. title, which was fucking great.
People were mad that he lost after, but it's true. He still beat him, and it was a great match there.
Instantly, like, not that, he wasn't over in the first place, but instantly over, an instant player on his first match on the main roster. That's money. Nakamura against Cena. Hopefully, like, I would like to see how Cena doesn't react well to getting hit with any type of stiffness. We saw this when he was, wrestling Brock Lesnar. He didn't really, he kind of like turns into a woman. Like, he kind of looks like a rape victim when someone really hits him hard. He just like turtles up and like, please, no more of that stuff. Did the fake wrestling stuff, dude. You're not supposed to hit me that hard. No, what do you mean? What do you mean you're going to knee me in the face? I don't want to be kneed in the face. Seth Rollins kneed me in the face. Look what it did to my no. I want to see how he reacts to the strong style.
Like when someone is meant to go over, example, Bryan and Punk, Cena is going to do the 2-3 straight jobs if need be,
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of Cena matches, if there's anyone who can get Cena Reigns over as a face, we've had Triple H the biggest heel of the company attempted, the fans were cheering Triple H and booing Reigns, like, you know. And Triple H was trying real hard, and I mean very hard, to get hate.
Now, the same thing went for Cena back in 06.
Can John Cena get the crowd behind Roman Reigns against him?
I think they're gonna boo the two of them.
Think?
Yeah, I think it's like Alien versus Predator. Whoever wins, we lose. I think people are just gonna boo the two of them.
Yeah,
Is this gonna be war? Go ahead, Kyle.
Gonna be like Orton and Cena. Nobody gave a shit about that match. They just chanted for whatever the fuck they wanted.
Robbie, what do you think of like Reigns against Cena match? Can Cena get him over? Me, I think the match, like it should be like interesting, at least, you know. It might not be the best match, but it should be intriguing a little bit. Robbie?
So about Reigns and Cena?
Yeah, can Cena get him over and stuff?
I think that more people will probably. I think we're going to be shocked. I think more people will cheer for Cena than they will Reigns.
That should happen.
I do have a funny feeling that Cena's going to get the crowd advantage just by a tad, you know.
Will, what's your thoughts?
I'm sorry, what was the question? I was typing some insane comment in the comment section.
What's your thoughts on Reigns versus Cena? Can Cena get him over like Triple H wasn't able to do there?
Get him over as a heel?
As a face?
No. They're gonna cheer Cena. They're gonna cheer Cena. The crowd. This will be the first time in a long time that you see a crowd 100% on Cena's side.
What do you think?
I truly believe that.
Of like match quality, is this something you'd like to see story-wise, match-wise, and stuff?
Have they ever wrestled each other one-on-one? I don't remember seeing them wrestle one-on-one. I would say, yeah, that'd be something I want to see, actually.
I remember they had like
tag matches.
I remember they had like some confrontation at Money in the Bank in 2014. They were on Reigns' side at the time.
Yeah, at the time.
Yeah, but that was like Reigns just broke away from the Shield, and that was during a time when they were like ready to accept him before they realized that no, he's not ready.
Times have changed. Times have changed. The crowd would be 100% on Cena's side, hands down. You can't see me believe that.
So this Roman Reigns heel turn, when he did the line there, I'm not the good guy, bad guy, I'm the guy, like he did get a big reaction. It was boos and then a big ass fucking boo, you know what I mean? Like, I think it could be, like, it would be better than what it is now. You know, like, just being a boring prick on the mic or whatever, him being heel, it should at least make it more interesting. But, you know, I think fans, like, they might not react to him after a while. Not sure if he might be a good heel. Maybe. We haven't really seen him do it, but I'm not sure there, Will. What's your thoughts on this? Can Reigns be a good heel? Or
He can. It's not like he needs any help getting booed.
Yeah. Like,
might as well.
Is he going to get that X-Pac heat, or is he going to get real heat?
He can get the real heat. His voice and his demeanor aren't meant to be babyface. Nothing about him says this is a babyface. He can be that type of, I swear, like he's like a smaller version of Kevin Nash, a little more athletic version of Kevin Nash. He could just be that heel version of Kevin Nash, and he could pull that off. Like he doesn't have to talk loud. He could talk nice, low, whatever, but he doesn't have to worry about saying cheesy things to pander to the audience. He could say, he don't have to say anything. He just come out, like, I could see him cutting a really good heel promo, to be honest with you. So, yeah, he could get the real the real heat from the crowd. You know, just being a classical heel. If they choose to put him in that direction, yes.
It would be way better than beanstalks and stuff like that there.
Yes, absolutely. Tater tots and all that. You don't get those comments when you're a heel.
Jerry, what's your thoughts on heel Reigns there?
Could work. He could yeah. What could work is that he does the heel turn and he trolls the internet fans. That could get over. He'll say you're a bunch of, not a bunch of pussies, but you're a bunch of people that are in the basement talking about me on the internet. Jesus, that would get a lot of lot of hate. So it makes logical sense to do that. You know, Batista was very good at it.
Exactly.
When he was a heel. So, because Batista always struggled being a face. So maybe Reigns could be the next Batista, if that would make sense. He could be in that position and then try and maybe a Dean Ambrose is that top spot, or somebody if they're not hell bent on the Dean Ambrose thing, try and get someone else. But honestly, I think that they're forcing the Reigns things too much. They need to let it be natural, rather than very similar to what they did with The Rock. They let him go over naturally rather than forcing him to be a face.
It's still a big fail on WWE's part for trying so hard to turn the guy fucking face, and he's the biggest heel on the planet somehow, you know. They massively fucked this up there. Kyle, what's your thoughts on the heel Reigns there?
I mean, it could work, possibly. I mean, he does, the mannerisms he presents, I mean, they look more mature and badass than the mannerisms and faces that Cena would make. That's how I think, if they ever tried to turn Cena heel, I do believe that, because he's been playing that babyface character for so many years, he'll come off looking like a pouting child. But Reigns, on the other hand, he can make it work. And like you all said, I do see a bit of a Batista in him. I remember saying this on a hangout with Trap Queen. If they booked him like what Batista was, just a badass that doesn't say much and just gets his job done, I'm pretty sure he would be over. But no, they decided to make him talk, make him say all this stupid shit, and this is pretty much the only way, turn the guy heel, don't make him say much. I mean, if you want to make him troll the internet fans, that's fine.
I'm hoping that he doesn't turn the fans off too much and lose a shitload of ratings, a bit like when Sheamus became champ, Robbie Battle, what's your thoughts there? Heel Sheamus, heel Roman Reigns.
I personally think that Roman Reigns could really do a good heel. I think that it's almost like they're hinting maybe he may be headed down that direction here. He was kind of cocky there the past last Monday night, and all it's going to take is for him is just telling the fans just simple things like shut up, or he can just do simple stuff. You don't have to be complicated or diverse with it. I think he'll do good, man. If they turn him heel, I think everybody would probably like him, So that's my opinion.
Me, I'm an unbiased guy, right now I don't like him, but if he does better, I'll admit if he's improving, I don't hold petty grudges against wrestlers, so if he truly does become better, I won't be afraid to say that to people there. Any other... Go ahead.
I was just saying, he says, I'm not a good guy, I'm not a bad guy. I'm just the guy that your girlfriend likes to watch every Monday night. And the whole crowd would be like, fuck you, you frog-head pretty motherfucker, because I want to sleep with you too. Not just my girlfriend. You're a pretty motherfucker. I love you. Why you want to make me hate you?
There's lots of potential for shit like that, for sure.
He could say something like that, and it would come off natural. You know what I mean? Because that's just the way, that's the persona that he gives off. Is like a cocky, soft-spoken fucking asshole, douchebag. He can do it. Just, don't force him to be a babyface. Hey guys, I love all you. Believe that. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man.
It just seemed like a robot going through the motions, you know what I'm saying? And not doing the job effectively as a face. So, go ahead.
The good guy that dresses in all black with a fucking Kevlar bulletproof vest on or some sort. I don't know. It just doesn't work. It doesn't look right. He's a heel. He needs to be a heel. But we've been saying the same thing about Cena for how long now, where he needs to turn heel, and they haven't done it. So why would we think that they would turn Roman a heel? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think there's more chance of Roman turning heel than probably Cena.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with the situation now. I think a heel Roman now would suit, and then Cena comes in saying, fans hate me, man, but I always stay loyal to my what's the word I'm looking for? I always stay loyal to myself, man. People boo me, man, but you don't need to turn on these fans, man. You don't need to turn on Cena. You better get on that, man. I'm gonna pin you. I'm gonna take that belt off.
You know what, though, Jerry, man? In all honesty, a Cena heel turn would be big money. Big fucking money for that company. Huge Hulk Hogan type money for that fucking company. That's the difference between a Roman Reigns heel turn and a John Cena heel turn.
All the shit that Cena could say to the people would be off the charts there.
Big fucking money. Dollar signs everywhere.
Will they ever do it, though?
Of course. And one day it has to happen. Once he gets older and he stops selling as much merch and stuff, he'll probably do it. That's what I think. Maybe not right now, but like I said before, the 16th world title would be a perfect time to do it, 17th world title, like I said before, talking shit about Flair when he wins and bashing the fans, your kids like me more than you, and blah, 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 and,
You know what I think they should have done? At this WrestleMania with The Rock there, I could have sworn that he was, hunching over to fucking AM for a second. I don't know if that was just me. Dude, if they fucking did that, that would have been crazy. I think they should have done that, where fucking John Cena just AA's Rock. They should have done that, fuck it. I think they should have done that at WrestleMania, but hey, some things aren't meant to be.
Maybe one day it'll happen.
When are we going to see Rock next, though? That's the question.
Rock, you said?
Yeah, when are we going to see him next?
Maybe next year's Mania, or maybe he'll pop up on the Raw or something.
Yeah, hopefully, but I don't know.
People are talking, but they always talk about a Reigns against Rock match. Any thoughts on that, Jay?
That would definitely work, but the only way that would work is because, first of all, you can't turn Rock heel because he's fucking, it's The Rock. The only way it would work is Roman actually turning heel. That would be the only way it would properly work, but, if you did, Rock and Roman Reigns and Rock cuts promos, people would fucking cheer for The Rock constantly, so I don't know, but it could work, I think, but it wouldn't get Roman Reigns over. I know that much. It would, in fact, make people hate Roman Reigns even more, but I'd like to see that.
Is there any other wrestling topic or wrestling news article you guys want to discuss? Or we've pretty much talked about everything.
We pretty much got everything out there.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else.
Kyle.
I got nothing.
Tell us about your day real quick there, fuck.
It wasn't exciting. The only thing I did was drive to Taco Bell and back. That was pretty much it.
God.
Nothing exciting today. I mean, you should know that nothing ever exciting happens on a Monday.
Why do I always do this? Fuck.
Because you're the one who asks. Why not ask Will how his day was? He'd probably have a better story to tell, or Jerry even.
I pretty much have been in bed all day.
It was probably still more exciting than Kyle's day. Sitting at home eating 25 tacos by himself. He probably has sauce all over his shirt right now. There, and these.
I never asked for sauce. Never asked for sauce.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, on that note, there, you guys can plug your channels if you want. There.
Will's World Entertainment. Subscribe and watch my stuff. It's good.
Robbie Battle, what's going on in your neck of the woods there?
Stay tuned to my channel. I'm going to pretty soon put another classic match of the week, so if you like the old classic matches, and definitely keep an eye on it.
Rob, you had one of them Rip Rogers matches during this contest. Rip Rogers versus Bobby Eaton. General.
Check me out, youtube.com/General Jerry, or type in Generals2K9, or just type in General Jerry on YouTube. Also, I'm going to be reacting to the Suicide Squad trailer. The new one came out there. I should have that up tomorrow. Doing a Raw review today, and yeah, and I think that's it. So yeah.
Last but not least, there, Kyle Brachetto.
Yep, you can just type in my name, Kyle Brachetto, and you will find out that I'm just some schmuck who makes random hangouts hosted by me and the right Smartbuster. We're an entertaining crew. You thought him and Lefty had something? Well, watch us.
You better watch us!
Oh, God.
You better watch out, Dad!
Cal.
I might become the next Smartbuster. There might be more Smartbusters.
You better watch us! Our content is really, really cool!
The Smartbuster fans ain't gonna be happy. You saying that, Cal?
Fucking Kyle had to ruin the hangout there, for fuck's sakes.
Kyle, you're really gonna have to change your name to Lyle, I think.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the pre-show there. Fucking Kyle had to ruin everything. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. Till next time. Peace.